Yeah, I think the biggest positive is the result. I think that the first game in this league is always difficult because the intensity is so different than pre-season. Obviously, scoring early helps. And thankfully, having a win and not feeling like we played great is arguably the best feeling, because then you can go away, you can look at it, you can really be critical of yourselves and try and make sure you adapt and make them better for the next game. I think sometimes when you win and you feel like you played well, then you can cover up some cracks a little bit. So I feel like that's the emotion right now. Really happy with 3 points. We've said all pre-season we wanted to start off results-wise better than we did last year, and this was a good opportunity to do that, and we did it. A clean sheet's always nice. Not conceding goals is a big thing for us. I wish we could have made it easier on ourselves, both defensively and with the ball. But it will give us loads of things to talk about and learn from in preparation for next week.
You said you didn't feel like the team played great. What are some of those things you feel like you guys can work on?
We'd worked to turn on our defending and our press, and I didn't think we did great at it. I think we did okay at it. Obviously, we scored off it, which was a positive. And there was times that we did it okay, but I didn't think we did it brilliantly. And that's things we can work on. I think then just our quality on the ball was off a little bit. But first game of the season, you always expect little things like that. So I just think it's a positive result, but I think there's a couple of things that we just need to be a little bit better at.
Can you walk us through what you saw on the goal?
I just remember Kristen nicking it off the pass, which was something we'd spoke about we wanted to try and do. And then when she has space in front of her, she's always a threat. And I don't really remember how it got to Lowe, but then a decent finish by Lowe.
Last year there was some struggles with the attack.
Yep.
First game, how would you feel about that right now?
I think it was okay. I think that we could have created more. We were definitely more of a threat than we had been previously, but still probably not converting that into shots and chances, really. But I think just getting there and creating is going to be the hardest thing for any team in this league. And sometimes I think we're a little bit safe with our possession, and we just got to keep driving home that we want to try and be a little bit risky at times and try and force them back and get chances from that. And I thought we did a little bit better than we did at times last year, but I definitely think that we need to keep working on that for sure.
Obviously, even just with Lowe's goal, that was the high point. But those first 15 minutes, it seems like there was a really big emphasis in going to goal and just getting as many chances there that I think that you were touching on.
Yeah.
What was that sort of, I guess, a focus? The first 15 minutes was, hey, let's give ourselves a chance?
Yeah, definitely. I think that we said pre-game, we said all week, that when there's one team that's had a game and one team that hasn't, it would be easy to let them control the game because they've had a game under their belt, and we didn't want that to happen. We wanted to take control of the game. We wanted to dictate the tempo. We wanted to put them under pressure. We wanted to let them know that we were, we wanted to make sure we got this result taken care of, and I feel like we really did that in the first 15 minutes. I then think that they started to settle into the game a little bit, and we allowed them to do that. And I think then we tweaked our shape a little bit, and I think that helped us to be a bit more solid. And then I feel like in the second half, again, we let them play a little bit, and then I felt when Kelly came on and Stengel came on and Mandy came on, I felt we saw the game out pretty well. They were only really a threat off their set piece, long throws or whatever, and counter attacks. And again, that's something that we need to try and prevent.
Coach, so Lo got her first goal for this team.
Nice. Didn't even know that.
What do you see as her role kind of going forward? Do you see her as kind of finding more opportunities like that for herself, or?
I think the good thing with Lo is she can play in so many different positions, and I think last year she filled different spaces on the field when we needed her to. I do feel like she's arguably better a little bit deeper to dictate play a little bit and get on the ball a little bit more, but we asked her to play a specific role today. And obviously with Desi going to the World Cup, I think Lowe's a really good replacement for Desi at times, so that's an option for us. But I thought Lowe I thought Desi was exceptional, just on a side note. And I think that Lo can create and she can score. She definitely thrives on that in training, and often we don't give her the opportunity to get up there, and it was nice today that we did.
I know Vera was brought in to, help with the attack. How do you, as one game, obviously, but how do you feel that worked? And is that understanding between her and the players you think will come over time? Because there seemed to be a few times she played balls into space, but the teammates didn't expect it there, so nothing came off.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that the biggest thing that we didn't say it too much pre-game, but we're saying it after the game because we knew it, is, and the players are saying it, the staff are saying it, is there's so many little things like that. That's a really good example that you only really test yourself in the opening game. So we can go back and look at that and go, was it Vero's pass or was it the run or all that stuff? And I think that what Vero brings to this team is when she's got the ball, one, you never, ever think she's going to give it away. So it just adds confidence to the team. And she can play passes that other people don't see. And I think there was a couple tonight where she played Kristen in behind and played Michelle out wide and, little things like that that just other people don't have the chance to see. And I think the more we can get her on the ball, the better. I felt that we didn't get her on the ball as much as we would like to tonight. And we've got to try and work a way where we can do that because she's definitely someone that can unlock defences. And the more we keep working at it and the more we keep playing together, the more that will come.
Coach, obviously Kristen Press was she joined last year mid-season.
Yeah.
Now that she's had full training camp and all that kind of thing, how much more do you see her kind of integrating herself with the team and the teammates kind of integrating themselves with her?
Yeah, I think that any of the new players who have a pre-season, it makes it way easier. So her, Sam Johnson, Vero, the rookies, I think just being around each other for as long as we have in pre-season enables relationships to build and whatever. Kristen's played with a lot of these players before, and I think that what Kristen does really well is she understands the game. She sees the game. She sees what she feels it needs, and I think you saw that in the goal. She didn't go and press the centre-back. She let the centre-back pass it, and then she steals it, and then she knows from there that she's going to have an opportunity to go forward, and I think that that's something that is in her that she wants to be better at and she wants to keep developing at. So, yeah, I thought she was a real threat tonight. I think that anytime she gets 1v1 and gets at people, they get really nervous. I think now we've got to work out how we integrate other people with her when she's going because she's so quick that often she leaves everyone behind. So I think that her defensive performance as well at times tonight was really good.
What did you think of Maimoni's performance tonight?
It's interesting. She couldn't train yesterday because she had 101 fever. And we knew that Kelly couldn't start. We knew Michelle was going to start. So, for a rookie to step in this environment with I don't think she even knew what day it was when she came off. She'd just given absolutely everything to the team. And that's who she is, actually. That's just the mentality and character she is. I thought she did really well for her first game. I think that it's difficult. This league's difficult. It's so much better than college. Like, they can't even compare. And for a rookie to step in and give the performance that she did, I think she has to be really proud, especially with the fact that she was so sick as well. So.
Just over 18,000 fans tonight. How does that change the dynamic for the team?
Oh, it's just phenomenal. I think, everyone would talk about last year's home opener, and it was a fantastic event. It was amazing. And the thing that always just ate in my soul was that we didn't win the game. And I think that tonight we put that right. And I think from the players' perspective, from everyone who works at this club and gives everything every day, to see 18,000 people doing the clap at the end is something that, that's why you wake up at 5 a.m. to go and do your job and get in at midnight. I think that's for not just the players, not just the coaching staff, but absolutely everybody that works at this club. I think that that's just a special moment that we'll remember for a long time.